Hey, I'm going to show you what we had almost every Saturday in the summertime growing up. And it's all about this cut of meat right here. It's not a ribeye. It's not a filet mignon. It's not a New York strip. No, sir. No, sir, Bob. This is a top sirloin. We didn't have ribeyes growing up. We had sirloins. Couldn't afford ribeyes. Ribeyes are expensive. I didn't even know what a ribeye was for the longest time. So I'm going to take you back to kind of how my mama would cook top sirloins. It was nothing special. So a lot of times she cook it in a cast iron skillet. We're going to cook ours on a Blackstone griddle. We're going to season it a little differently. We didn't have heifer dust back then, but if we did, we'd be using it. My mama, she'd probably put that in her pound cake and be like, taste this, this is good. Should be my biggest fan, I'm sure. It's a big old piece of meat. Season it really well. And we're going to pat it just a little bit. Pat that seasoning in. I'll flip it over. Go the other side. Heifer dust, award-winning, asked for by name. There will be a link down below, or in the products, you will see where you can get you some. Nothing really different here, how we're gonna cook, but we're gonna cook it really fast, get it medium rare, we're gonna slice it, it's gonna be beautiful. But we wanna make this a meal. Growing up, I'll tell you what, let me wash my hands first. Somebody out there is saying, he's gonna touch something. I know you are, I know you are. Clean hands, clean little hands. I know, somebody was thinking. We're gonna have, normally growing up, I can remember it. I would shuck the corn and we'd have, fresh corn, it's summertime. Shuck the corn and we'd have a boiled tater. My mama would call it taters in a jacket. And she would do like a red potato and she would just boil them. A little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, and then you would kind of eat it with butter and salt and pepper. But today, I'm making these taters. Making these tater wedges. As you can see, these taters, they're steaming. Hey, I want to introduce you to a quick friend. Hey, check this out. I'll introduce y'all to my friend, old Mike Row Wave. He's going to help us out here. 4 potatoes. I'm going to put this on 2 potatoes. 2 potatoes. He's gonna do all the work for us. Then we're gonna finish him on the griddle. Let's go. So that's my little trick. You saw him, old Mr. Mike Row Wave. And if you've been around long enough, you know I use old Mike a lot. He's my boy. And these tater wedges are a really good treat. You can dice these up and make, like a home fry, what you call. But I thought a nice old tater wedge would be really good. So this is going to be this ode to my childhood. Kind of been wanting to do this for a while now. Just haven't. Now, I need to season our old tater wedges up. I want to stick these. I got a tray here. Put these here, put these here. How are we going to season these things up? And must say, Mike helps you out tremendously. All we really got to do is just put a crust on these and they'll be done. So he does all the work. Thanks, Mike. Mike, Row Wave. I'll take a little bit of avocado oil. Get on those taters. All right. Heifer dust, liberally. Taters need seasoning. Gonna do a little smoked paprika. It's gonna give a little bit of smokiness. It's also gonna give some nice color to these tater wedges. All right. Now, to mix these up, we might need just a little bit more seasoning, but we can do that. We have that. Also we want to make this a little healthy. Some broccoli. I like broccoli. So we're going to put some broccoli onto the griddle too. Nothing special there. Really need to get the potatoes cooked, then we'll do the broccoli. So let's head to the griddle. Let's get these taters on. All right. Let's get these taters going. Griddle. We want it on, I got it about a medium heat. These taters, again, we're just wanting a good little color on it, okay? It's already almost cooked. A little avocado oil and butter. Butter's got a really low smoke point, avocado, high smoke point. So you're kind of marrying them together, best of both worlds. You wanna do a little bacon fat, be good too. but I kind of like the butter because it will brown our tater wedges really well. So it's going to put these down just on a cut side. That way when we flip them, we'll go on another cut side. Hey, these things need to be flipped over. No, they don't. They're actually, well, let me see here. Hold on. Let's go up under all these. Ready? Oh, yeah. They got some color on them. Not quite what I was thinking, but oh, there we go. Look at there. Look at that. Look at that crust. Oh boy, straight piped his blower over there, didn't he? We're gonna let those go, but we're gonna get our broccoli down. Our broccoli! I love broccoli. And they're easy, especially on the Blackstone. Already got plenty of oil down right there. Put our broccoli. Ah, shoot. I mean, I bought it for this. Put all of our broccoli down. Right now, we're not gonna do any seasoning or anything. We just want to get this cooked through. You could use Mike for this as well. Put it in a bowl, a little bit of water, and it would do the same. We're not gonna do it now. We're just gonna let the Blackstone work. Water, about that much. I don't know, what, a quarter, half cup, and just let it steam. All right, if you can hear me, I flipped these over, just kind of, you see on that side right there. I just flip those over on the flat sides, just every so often. Our broccoli, look how nice, bright green that is. Perfect. Should have just a little bit of char to it right there. Just perfect. I mean, honestly, this is done. So we're gonna let these just kind of hang out right now. Our tater wedges, like I said, they're done. We're gonna let those hang out right there. We're gonna focus our attention to the middle. That's where our steak's gonna go. So again, my mom, she never used avocado oil. She'd use Crisco was her thing, and butter. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of avocado oil and some butter. There's one thing that she would do near the end of her steaks that you want to stick around for. Take her old top sirloin, put her down right in the middle. Give it a nice little pat. We're going for medium rare, but also it's pretty cool, right? Where's it at? Right here, right here. Griddle temperature chart and meat temperature chart. You need these on your items. Shows you about where you need to have temperature, where your knobs, and also tells you internal temperature for your meat. Everybody needs it. I suggest you get one. We're gonna let this go for about a minute on that side, and we're gonna flip it. That's the way we do steaks. All right, it's been about a minute. Ooh, it's already feeling like home. I wanna put this in a spot that we did not come from. And you do this because thermal here kind of came down because you put that steak on it. Press it down. What is tater looking like? Let's flip them over. Woo, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. That right there looks good. Just gonna flip them over. Hey, get back over here. I'll cut that burner on low. It's on low. Actually, this might just cut this one off, this one off. Two middles are on full blast. It's been about 1 minute. Guy's still blowing over there. Have no fear. All right, put it right here. Haven't had a top sirloin in a long time, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, not quite 115, but 119, 120. It's all right. I'll take a little bit of butter, just like this. I'll put it right there. That's a lot of butter. That's right. That's right. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Got that L and P, got Liam Perrins. What this does, makes a nice little sauce. It reduces. It becomes nice. It becomes beautiful. That guy, he's not stopped blowing his leaves and stuff yet. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna flip it right into that butter. This is just like those bougie guys like Gordon Ramsay. He'd be, spooning that stuff. This is the same difference here, but it's better. And that's pretty much it. But look at that bad boy. Does she not look pretty? Let's get that over onto our cutting board. But this juice, don't let this juice go to waste now. Put that right onto our steak. Yeah. Our tater wedges, they're done. Let's get those onto this. Broccoli needs some attention. It's been hanging out here, very nice. We're gonna take some butter, a little knob of butter, about a tablespoon. We'll need to season our broccoli. We're gonna season it with none other than old heifer dust. What makes it kind of come alive is a little bit of citrus. I normally like lemons. I got some limes I need to use. That'll work too. Not a big deal. Limes are pretty good too. Just gonna squeeze these limes right over there. And we're gonna put our broccoli right there. There you have it, folks. That is Saturday dinner at the Hussey's. Come get some. Alrighty, let's give this a slice. Ooh, it's nice and tender. What is it? Oh, Maggie girl. Nice medium rare. Let's go on this edge right here. I tell you, the one thing I do like about a sirloin is it's just got a nice, it's beefy flavor. Look at that. Look at that. It tastes like a steak, you know? That's good. That heifer dust, that buttery Worcestershire sauce. Dang it. Maggie tax? I think we gotta get a Maggie tax. There you go, girl. That's good. That's so good. Just tater away. Look at that. That color. So good. Gotta get a little bit of southern nectar too. That was good. That was good. Y'all, I hope you can try this, make this. You know, you might think about old Hussey when you do it. Because it is some good groceries. Hey, love you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's right, okay.
Yep. Previously on the Hungry Hussey cooking show.
Yeah,
I could probably do that myself.
okay.
Previously on the Hungry Hussey cooking show. Where's my flipper? See it?
It was on the ground last week.
What? Oh no, right here it is. All right. Yeah.
Why'd your voice get like that?
I don't know.
To the middle!
To the middle. To the middle. To the middle.
I'm getting puberty.
Hitting puberty again. Hitting puberty again. That's right.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Oh, hot rod backpack blower.